Okay, so before we go and hand in our last thing to Ginny, let's come into the wonderful hotel and invite some new people to town. First off, we shall have Madame Zoe here and bring her fortune-telling skills to Bellbridge. And then over in the corner over that way, we had Dolly Dearheart. Madame Zoe's got the whole Franglaise or Frenglish going on, flitting between English and French. Merci, mon ami. And well, that's going completely French, but you get what I mean. But basically, as soon as we have dealt with getting these people into town, we will make a start on the essence hunt for Trevor. Unfortunately, because Trevor does require actually quite a lot. Well, I say quite a lot of essence hunting. It's a decent amount, and also because we are moving in 2 people, the part would have been too long if I'd included all of Trevor's making things. Speak of the devil. Also, I'm loving that pirate ship. Trevor and Candy, is there something you're not telling us? Ever so slightly concerned, you know? But, there we go. Anyway, this is about as far as I'm willing to put people. I mean, may end up having to put people some way into the forest, but I'm not really too sure on that one. But we haven't got much of an option now. There's too little space close to where we are, so we kind of have to just deal with it. Now, I quite like the semi-gothic style that you have for Madame Zoe's house. It's very cool and quirky. And I have to say, I'm quite a fan of the inability to, well, not quite sure why you're not able to put things on the left-hand side of those windows, but, oh well. But also, I'm quite liking not putting anything on around the sides of the houses. They just look so wonderful. Also, Zoe, where are you? I've just made this wonderful house for you, and you're not coming. There you go. Bloody hell, that took forever. That seems to be sort of something that is going to happen quite a lot from this point onwards. I don't know whether it's just kind of the game's... It's loading, bringing them into town, then adding them to the universe, but it's weird. Okay, and now let's move in Dolly Dearheart, who is full-on going for the adorable look. Right in front of her there is Jeremy Snores. Wonderful that he is in his onesie. So for Dolly, we are going to pop her into the forest, because obviously that is the responsible thing to do. Put the poor innocent girl in the middle of a forest. It's just the way it works, isn't it? Totally. Now, the reason I'm being nice to Buddy is because I want him to be my friend. Oh, fine. I'm not letting you sneeze in my face. Boo. Also in there we had Gertrude Spackle, and I think it's Beans, but I can't remember his name. I've mentioned it. Don't you worry, I have mentioned it, but I can't remember what he's called at this precise instant. Now, as soon as we have finished moving in Dolly, I will get into the whole Trevor fact-finding mission, because it's totally what you're waiting for, and also, I will warn you, there will be what will equate to a Shakespeare lesson over the next 2 parts. This part and the next part is what I mean by that. Basically because of starting off already, basically because Trevor is based very heavily on Will Shakespeare, and is frequently kind of speaking in a very similar style to the way that Shakespeare's characters speak, with the whole Elizabethan and even Jacobean, because Shakespeare kind of crosses those periods. So Trevor uses the Shakespearean lexicon, basically. Dolly's done now, so we can firmly start discussing Trevor. He tends to talk to a skull frequently in the games, which is basically what happens in Hamlet. Basically, Hamlet returns from his exile to find a grave being dug, and he asks whose grave it is, and then finds the skeleton, specifically the skull of the old court jester, Yorick. And he's just like, alas, poor Yorick, I knew him. Horatio, blah 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 blah. A lot of people get that wrong, in that a lot of people are just like, alas, poor Yorick, I knew him well. But that isn't it at all. And I'll try and find the specific line, because I've got the entire works of Shakespeare right on my lap at the minute. Oh yes, here we go. Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him, Horatio, a fellow of infinite jest, a most excellent fancy. He hath bore me on his back 1,000 times, and now how abhorred in my imagination it is, my gorge rises at it. Here hung those lips that I have kissed, I know not how oft. Where be your jibes now, your gambols, your songs, your flashes of merriment that will want to set the table on a roar? Not one now to mock your own grinning, quite chop-fallen. Now get you to my lady's chamber and tell her, let her paint in inch thick. To this favour she must come, make her laugh at that. Prithee, Horatio, tell me one thing. And yes, that's the entire Yorick speech there. Because I can do that. Something that also occasionally Trevor says a Simlish version of the completely famous "To be or not to be." Entire speech being "To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or fight arms." I can't quite remember the end of it. But it's just like slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or put up arms against a sea of troubles and then opposing end them, basically. He's also actually the only male commercial sim in the game. Well, male studious commercial sim in the game, I should point out. He's not the only male commercial sim, because otherwise that would be completely getting rid of, like, Gino and so many other male commercial sims. Trevor's profile. Last Thursday eve, whilst Trevor was performing, a shadowy man did sneak backstage, and did so swipeth young Trevor's wallet and car keys. 1,000 daggers upon the scoundrel. How brutish fate will Trevor's sorrows never end. Yes, suitably dramatic. Interests are studious and fun, and he hates geeky. Although, I guess a love of Shakespeare could be classified as geeky. Also, that damn rook's got stuck. Damn it. Basically, you need a lot of chess pieces for Trevor, so you've got to find them. Yay! There's actually nothing really else that we've got for Trevor, other than the fact that his last name is Verily, which is something that a lot of people recognise from that Shakespeare. People imagine Shakespeare's characters saying "verily," so on and so forth. Doesn't actually turn up that often, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles, really. Anyway, I think what I will probably say now is that sort of I love Shakespeare. And I kind of like Trevor because he's so Shakespearean. Didn't used to like Trevor for some bizarre reason, but I like him now. And at the minute, as I'm recording this commentary, and potentially even when it comes out, I'm studying Shakespeare at university. So I'm in the Shakespeare mindset, and have been reading lots of plays. And I think what I want to do right now is just read you one of my favourite soliloquies from Shakespeare, because it's really just amazing. It's from Henry IV, Part 1, Sir John Falstaff's speech. He's an awesome character. If you want to see spectacular rendition of this, you need to see the Globe production of Henry IV Part 1 and Part 2, because they are glorious. You can get them on DVD, so do so. Yes, this is the speech. Comes in Act 5, Scene 1. What need I be so forward with him that calls not on me? Well, 'tis no matter. Honour pricks me on. Yea, but hath honour pricked me off when I come on? How then? Can honour set to a leg? No. Or an arm? No. Or take away the grief of a wound? No. Honour hath no skill in surgery then? No. What is honour? A word. What is in that word, honour? What is honour? Air. A trim reckoning. Who hath it? He that died a Wednesday. Doth he feel it? No. Doth he hear it? No. 'Tis insensible thing. 'Tis insensible then? Yea, to the dead. But will it not live with the living? No. Why? Attraction will not suffer it. Therefore I'll none of it. Honour is a mere scutcheon, and so ends my catechism. I just like the play on honour there. It's just so fun. I'm also a massive fan of Merry Wives of Windsor. Glorious play. And I think starting the next part, I will probably go a bit further into the joys of Shakespeare, because at the minute we've just got to go and do our last bit of prospecting, I believe. Basically, there's a lot of prospecting for good old Trev. And one of them is in this junkyard area, which you will need to come to specifically for two, well, apart from a little bit for Trevor, you do need to come here for two other Sims, whose most of the stuff that they ask for is in here. Trevor only asks for, I believe it's the globe, which is an excellent Shakespeare reference, because the theatre that most people imagine, well, most people relate to Shakespeare is the Globe, because it's where most of his plays were played, and it's where they are still played, which is glorious, and I'm in love with the productions that are currently put on there. I'm desperate to go one day. I really, really want to go and see a Shakespeare production at the Globe, because that would be absolutely stunning. But yeah, I think at this point we have pretty much looked around every single area in Belbridge. I think we've pretty much covered the majority of the caves and all sorts. So yay for us! It's just totally awesome. Anyway, I think all I'm trying to get now is Maui dolls. And I think elephants as well. I think we need elephants. Definitely don't need puppies. Although I think Dolly Deerheart might want puppies. But we're not dealing with her for a little while. So yeah, we need... Oh, it's not Maui dolls, it's Hoppy dolls. Which are kind of important. But yeah, I think this particular essence hunt did take a while. Just a bit tiresome. But we got there in the end, and now it's time to go back and make this playhouse amazing. It will be the best theatre in Belbridge. Not to mention the only one, but that's beside the point.